Hofstra University on Long Island will play host to Monday night's debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Joining us to talk strategy, we have the best team out there. Hofstra's own debate team, Dr. Tamika Johnson, Hofstra rhetoric professor, wow, and director of forensic, Tyler Johnson, forensics team captain, and Nora Saida, forensic team member. Thanks to all of you for joining us. Dr. Robinson, let me start with you. We're going to go through each of the candidates.
Okay.
What advice would you give to Hillary Clinton? What does she have to do to win this debate? If you were coaching her, what would you say?
The first thing is that she needs to continue talking about policy the way she has, but also make herself more appealing to the crowd, make herself more personable. Smiling more, thinking more, speaking directly to the crowd, using language that everyone would understand, and making sure that she is very personable.
Okay. Tyler, what advice would you give to Donald Trump? What do you think he needs to do? I mean, we've seen him in various debates. Some of them, he's done some of the name-calling. Other ones, he's laid back and been sort of subdued. Going into this one, no one really knows what we're going to see. Well, if you could whisper in his ear and tell him, here's how to win, what would you tell him?
Well, I think if Donald Trump wants to win the first presidential debate and, you know, obviously the election, he needs to be more down to earth, and I think he needs to start talking more about policy. He needs to give specifics on how he really plans on fixing this country.
Really? You think that people in the debate audience want to hear? Because that's kind of the opposite of the advice that that Dr. Robinson gave us for Hillary Clinton. You still think he should go policy?
I think we've seen Trump at his craziest. We've seen Trump say a lot of things that people find outrageous, people find to be very correct in how they feel. But I think if he really wants to win the vote that he's missing, like a more democratic people, he needs to be more down to earth and more human.
Okay. You guys are experts at sort of the psychology of it, what your body is saying while you're up there. Nor, what are some of the things that we should be looking for? I mean, everybody makes a big deal out of the handshake at the beginning, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that a big deal?
The handshake is a big deal.
Why?
In any conversation, communication, you need a strong handshake. And when you look at presidential candidates, if their handshake is weak, it tells a lot about their character.
Okay, but Dr. Robinson, I mean, you wouldn't want him to come in and sort of shake her arm off her body. I mean, then he's going to look like he's being abusive and picking on her.
I mean, you definitely want to come across as presidential without looking like a bully. So you're absolutely right. He doesn't want to shake it too hard, but at the same time, you know, a nice firm handshake shows that he's grasping her hand. There's a lot of science to it.
Really?
But, oh yes, there are people who study. They study body language. They study how we present ourselves, to where everyone's looking for those tiny little cues on whether or not this person is qualified to be president.
What are some of the other cues? Because we've seen people walk into each other's space. I mean, you know, we had the one here in New York where Lazio walked into Hillary Clinton's space and everybody thought that that was too aggressive. Is that a good idea or a bad idea in general to leave your area?
It's a bad idea to leave your area because it is going to appear as if you are trying to be more aggressive. You're trying to take the stage, especially with Donald Trump and with Hillary Clinton. So there's going to be a little bit more of that gender language that people are going to be looking for, to where if he steps across, it's going to seem very aggressive, as well as if she does, it's going to seem way too assertive. So they both should kind of stand in their areas and just talk about what it is that they stand for.
Nora, we just watched that funny moment on the screen where you saw Al Gore stepped into George W. Bush's area and he kind of looked at him and laughed, and that ended up, I think, being one of the most memorable moments from all of their debates. He handled it well. What other body language kind of things do you look for, or do you try not to do yourself? I mean, do you try to just hold very still?
Yes. When you're talking in front of a large audience, if you have shaky hand movements, lots of flailing of the arms.
I was doing that earlier.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, you were.
That just shows a lack of confidence in what you're saying.
Okay.
So if you show a very confident body stance, head tilted up, shoulders straight, and just direct pointing, as we see President Obama do often. Just this thing.
Okay. I may need you guys to stick around the next commercial break and give me some pointers, or just make a list for me. Anyway, thank you, all three of you.